Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Black Clover. Last time around we had Those Who Protect, where basically the gang was still dealing with Heath and his goons. Noel learned a new spell that created a water barrier. Magna used his flame attacks and specifically missed Heath so that Asta could bounce it back at him from his blind spot, which was good. And then they captured them. They were going to question them, but Heath basically just offed himself to avoid being questioned, basically. But one of them did escape. And we got a touching scene after that where they reassured the old man's grandson that he too can be incredible. He can work hard and make his dreams come true. And then at the end we had a mysterious person being informed by the goon that worked with Heath, and yeah, it was also a person from Golden Dawn specifically, and they're working to resurrect their master. So, I think that was it. It has been a while. It's been quite a while since I watched Black Clover. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Like always, the reaction is down in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. So why don't we just go ahead and jump right into this episode of Black Clover? Here we go. Oh, how would you do it? Ha, ha. It's like you have to have like a secret F in there somewhere. Ha, ha. I don't know. I don't know how you do it. He's the master. He's the master of it. So don't got any friends within the green praying mantises. I feel like it should be like the green mantises or something. Like, green praying mantises is like too long. So I guess I don't even remember what all the squads were, but I'm assuming then that they're like a color and then an animal. Well, a color and then something, not an animal. Because you have the black bulls, the green praying mantises, you have Golden Dawn. So, and Golden Dawn is the only one that doesn't have, at least so far, of those three, is the only one that isn't an animal. So, it's so hilarious that they introduced this star concept, which is kind of like, points in Harry Potter, where it's like, 10 points for Gryffindor and stuff, and it's just like, all right, it's, you have that, and it's just like, and that's how, you measure who's the better house at the end of the year, or whatever the hell happens in Harry Potter. I don't know. It's been a long time since I watched those movies, and I don't really care to go back to them. But I like that they introduced this concept of the star that you get from the Wizard King. And specifically, it does go to the house, basically. Like, it goes to the team, the squad. And then I like that immediately it's like, all right, how many do we have? And so the star goes over there, and it fades into the thing, and it's like, oh, is this the first one? It's like, nope, they have -30 now. Good grief. So they're only 100 behind, Golden Dawn. Golden Dawn has 70, and the Black Bulls have -30. So, it's gonna be a while. It's such an uphill battle, I mean, it is sort of the thing I thought about. Like, I thought about this like just this morning. It's like, if we're going to get to the protagonist, he's so powerful that he does kind of become the Wizard King, or he's all powerful. When we get to like the real conflicts and stuff, and it's like, well, but we're probably gonna see Captain Yami and Captain William. They're going to be super powerful because they are more powerful, and it's like, man, it's going to be such a long time before Asta and Yuno can be that, like, on that sort of power level, And I just, like, thought about it, it's like, man, how long did it take, in My Hero for them to get that powerful, It's like, it's just like thinking of like how far we have to go, and I'm just sitting here like, all right, episode 11. We got a long way to go, but I also just knew that we had a long way to go. We have 170 episodes at least, on top of, I'm pretty sure they're not done, so. Anyway, all that to say is, we have a long way to go, so. But they did get recognized. They did get recognized. Speaking of long way to go, Noelle, she still has a long way to go. Like, it was worth a shot. It was worth a shot with the, you know what I bet it is? Because the magic that she used after she put on the, like, necklace, it was much more contained than what she normally does. Like, everything that we've seen her do has been these sort of bigger water blasts, you know? That was more contained. Now, either she did contain it more, or that necklace is what made that more a contained blast, you know? So while it didn't help her actually control where the magic went, where the water went, it did help her control the size of it, maybe. Of course, if that's true, then she's going to be wearing like a ton of jewelry by the end of this show, just trying to get this friggin' magic under control, you know? My nose is a little stuffy. It is now truly winter here, so it's like 16 degrees outside. That's in Fahrenheit, by the way, so that's well below freezing. And so yeah, just my nose is getting stuffed up and stuff. Anyway, but yeah, so I like that, you know, even though it was such a like, oh, maybe she can get something, you know, here at the black market, and it's just like, she's still got a long way to go too. So, but yeah, but we got paid, we got paid, which was nice. It's always a good feeling, you know. It's always a good feeling. I mean, honestly, like I'm the same way. Like I think just yesterday, I got an email that was like, you got paid by Patreon. I'm like, yes, thank you, Lord. I need money. Ugh. And like, you know, when normal people actually get normal paychecks and not what I do. So when normal people with normal and good and stable incomes get their paychecks, probably feel the same way, you know? But yeah, but it's like, that was nice. Everyone got paid and everyone's got their plans, you know? Everyone's got their plans. And again, it's like, I just hope. I mean, the good thing is you guys basically told me that Sister Complex Man does get better. It really just is the nosebleed. Like, if his nose didn't bleed from looking at the picture of his kid sister, I'd be more okay with that. I'd just be like, okay, the dude's just obsessed with his sister. You know, he's gonna go into town, get her some nice clothes, you know, and do this. It's like, if it was just that, that's fine. The nosebleed is where I'm just like, that's sus. That's a little too sus. But you guys told me they toned that down a bit, so later on. So I will simply wait for that. Finral went to try to pick up women. It's just not going amazingly. And Asta Noelle went shopping with Vanessa. And man, just such an interesting thing of like, it's like, all right, now we're gonna go to the black market. I do kind of love that it's like, oh, it's the black market, so obviously all the vendors there are going to be wearing robes. I don't know what it is about that. It's just like, it's like the uniform, basically, you know? Like, McDonald's employees will have a uniform, and these guys will have a uniform. Like, everybody has a robe there, you know? And I love, too, you know, when it's like, you kids, you can't go into that section yet. Maybe when you're older, you know? And then they just immediately see Magna walking by. It's like, oh, good grief. Good friggin' grief, man. But yeah, interesting stuff. I'll be curious to see if Asta buys anything at the black market. But then it's so funny because it's like we see Seke losing to that old woman at the gambling house, which honestly, like, of all the things, well, this is Japanese, isn't it? Yeah. I was gonna say, it's like, is gambling illegal in this world, in this country? Because like, because I mean, we literally just saw Magna and Yami gambling with what was it, Old Man Sehi. So, but I could see this being, as from the perspective of a Japanese person, like the mangaka, who made this, like, okay, what would be in the black market? Gambling, because of course gambling would be there, and like probably just outside, like if they wanted to, if this was a thing you could do in this world, it's like, it would be hilarious if like just outside of the black market was like the pachinko parlors. It's like they're not in the black market, but they're pretty close. So, but that would be if there was a pachinko parlor here. Although I don't know how much technology is in a pachinko machine, considering Asta I forgot he just got that little gross toy with like the wind up cord that plays a sound. So I don't know, how much technology does that require? Or maybe it's magic. I don't know. Maybe there's magic pachinko machines. So I don't know. Can you make like a Game & Watch? I don't know. I don't know what like level of technology we can have. But again, magic. Maybe someone's magic created that, I don't know. But yeah, but then the purse stealer, which is wait, did I say Snealer? The purse stealer, which Seke was there to deal with anyway, stole all the winnings that woman had. It's like, oh no, there's like there's crime in the black market. This is crazy, It's like, I like this. That's like the extra level. It's like there's the black market, and then there's crime in the black market. It's like, I don't know. That's just kind of funny. I mean, there's nothing. They never said there's anything illegal about the black market. It's just the black market. It's just the black market. It's just like, it's just sort of. I don't know. It is, honestly. It does remind me of the Curiosity Shop in Majora's Mask. Where. If you fail to save the bomb lady's bomb bag, then it will be on sale at the Curiosity Shop, and he's like right next door to them too. He's right next door to the bomb shop, and there's actually a cutscene you can see of the thief selling the bomb bags to the Curiosity Shop. And the guy's like, "Oh, why don't I just go over there and give this back to them? You'll take what money you can get for this." So that's the thing. It's just like this. I don't know how to describe it, but it's just, I don't know. It's just interesting. It's just really interesting seeing this black market. It reminds me, there was an episode of Spice and Wolf that I watched recently, because I watched the remake anime that they put out last year, and there was an episode where like Lawrence has to like go to like the back alleys basically, and that's where he finds like an alchemist. And there's something about that aesthetic I kind of like, just the sort of rundown, quiet. I guess it's like the juxtaposition, because you have the town, which is very lively. There's so many people going to all these shops and stuff like that, and then you have the contrast of that to the sort of back alleys, the black market. It's quiet, it's dark, there's not a lot of people there, So I just like that sort of contrast between them, And yeah, just anything that reminds me of Majora's Mask. I mean, that's just pretty good. Majora's Mask is one of my favorite games of all time. So, yeah. Any if you got anything else like that, Black Clover, I'm all in, man. I mean, that's just kind of the general aesthetic of the show too. Like, I do like I do like their designs, like especially with the Black Bulls, where it's like it's a lot of muted colors. It's not really bright colors in this show. But I kind of like that, Like, it is kind of a contrast from a lot of other shows. I mean, you can kind of draw comparisons to, like, the uniforms in Jujutsu Kaisen are very dark, And it sort of contrasts with, like, Yuji and Gojo's hair and stuff like that, like, their hair colors. So it's, like, it's a nice contrast, but it's, like, I like that darker look. I say, wearing a black shirt, I say as I wear a black shirt in every video that I record, so... I do have other colors. I just wanted to be sure. I just wanted to be known. I have an entire stack of t-shirts back here because I'm lazy and I just leave them in a chair, basically. But I do have other colored t-shirts. It's just I only wear black on camera just because I think I look a little bit better on camera in that. So, anyway. Well, I've talked a lot, I feel like, actually, about this episode. I was kind of worried I wasn't going to get much out of this episode in terms of a discussion, but here we are. I each talk about colors and Majora's Mask. That's how you do it for me, so yeah, next episode, they gotta get that purse back. They gotta get the winnings back for the old lady. So, this looks like a job for the Magical Knights. Oh, and we also got the Magical Knights salute, which is pretty cool. I kind of like that. It reminds me a bit of the was it the Hunger Games one? Maybe it's with the other hand. Maybe it's with the other hand, because if you start doing this, that starts to look bad. But I like this. It kind of reminds me of the like the Scout one in Attack on Titan, but different, basically. So yeah. That is basically it. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Black Clover reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.